next guest. He's not showing his art in London yet, but he has a first exhibition opening today in Sheffield. He's made music, he's sold antiques, he's built some buildings. They've all been distractions for what he's supposed to be doing, well, he thinks he is now, which is making wood cuts and other things of that kind. Last year on this show, on the theme of printing, John Pedder and I spoke to each other. I was dead impressed. He just started printing after many years of doing one nothing. He's joined me in the studio now. John, it's lovely to see you again. You've become a major international success since we last met.
I know, I'm huge now.
What's happened?
No, it's been great. It's mainly from Instagram. I got talking to somebody about it who said, you know, you should go on Instagram. So when I spoke to you, however long it was ago, 8 months ago, something like that, we haven't really sort of touched on it. And Instagram's just a great way of sharing images, and it sort of took off from there. And
well, you kind of swap pictures with people in cyberspace.
Kind of, you share things, and they follow you, and they like things, and then you get talking to people, and it means that I can get to people all around the world. So when I started sort of sharing the images of the prints, people were interested in buying them. So I've sold stuff in Mexico, the America, Canada, Australia, and because I also make postcards, which are very cheap. So I did a little project where I printed these 3-colour postcards, and there's a project called "Are We Nearly There Yet?" So it was about travel, and I sold them for £5, and I said I'd send them anywhere in the world for £5.
Yeah.
So I started doing that. And they went everywhere. Over 100 of them so far.
Really?
Have all made it.
Do you write on the back of them? Good luck.
Yeah. I write little bits and pieces. I write it like a postcard, but part of the sort of art is the journey that the postcard makes, and it's made. I'm basically sending a piece of art, whether you think it's worthless or not. It has been sort of, you know, handmade. And it's not in an envelope or a package. It just gets sent around the world, and I suppose you can say that the postcard makes the journey, and people see the postcard. There might be a little glimpse while they're, you know, sorting office in Kathmandu, but it's just a nice.
And this is your idea.
Yeah.
What a creative idea.
Well, I like the projects.
It's brilliant.
I like projects. I like things that have stories, and I like things that have. You know, all I'm doing is making excuses to make pictures.
The exhibition's called Talents and Tools. Are you the talent or are you the tool?
I'm both, and everybody's both. The whole. I've done quite a big section of the exhibition is about the talents that everyone's born with. So some of them. Some of the prints have got people's hands have got saws or needles, and they're basically the tools that you use. So you're sort of born with a talent, and hopefully you find that talent, and you're able to move on with your life, and you know, make it colourful and enjoyable with those talents. And so on the prints, the tools are symbolic of your talents, and we're in Sheffield, and I just thought it was a nice sort of way of showing, you know, this is the greatest tool city in the universe. So, and I love tools as well. So I grew up with tools. I'm a woodworker, and you know, when we were antique dealers, old men's tool chests would come up in auction, and no one would buy them. They were like, there was like a whole life of these incredible tools,
in a box,
and you know, and the auctioneer would be going £5, and I'd stick my hand up every time. She's got thousands of old men's tools.
You mentioned in the course of that we all need to find our talent. Is there a sense in which you've done that in recent times?
I've known my talents for a long time. I've always considered myself to be an artist, so I've known it. But I've sort of always put it to one side. So I'm 56 now, and I have done a lot of other things. Like you said earlier, I've done music and antique dealing. I started life in Sheffield as a set builder, and so I've been skirting around it. I always use art with whatever I'm doing, but there was a point at which I needed to do it exclusively, so I could find out whether, I could do it without the sort of crutches of other things. And for the last year, I've been doing it.
Does it mean you're finding out things about yourself as well?
Yeah, a lot. And I suppose, well, Charlotte's
Charlotte's had it because she's coming on the radio next, whether she likes it or not. What is Charlotte Parry-Jones doing here anyway?
She's been making a documentary film about my work and my studio, and we've taken it into the exhibition, and we thought we'd come down here as well. So I've never actually sort of looked at myself so much.
Do you like what you see?
No, not really.
You're a bearded man of looking less than 50 odd, you say you are. You've got a certain youthfulness to that. In fact, what you're doing tonight, I know what you're doing tonight. Your own exhibition.
Yeah,
Thank you, I'd love to. Would you, Charlotte, sit down, or do you want to keep...
Charlotte's going to be filming the exhibition, and there are a lot of people who'd like to come on Instagram and can't, and I've been scaring the living daylights out of Charlotte by telling everybody there's going to be an amazing documentary made about it. So pressure's on.
Well, you're a flattener. You've seen his exhibition. Can you say so much about it?
It's wonderful. It's a culmination of all the work he's produced over the last year. We met a year ago, and there are a lot of parallels, I think, between our progression over the last year.
Because you've been very successful as well, finding your voice? Or?
Yes, definitely finding my voice. I've been studying for an MA in filmmaking at Sheffield, Hallam. I'm from Anglesey, so I've been commuting. So yeah, there's been a lot of finding my voice and progression and confidence building, and I think there's been a lot of parallels. So
what about his stuff? What do you make of it? What's he doing that's original and new and marvellous?
He brings himself into it. I think definitely it's all about his character and his passion for what he's doing, and it has a lot of meaning behind it. So it's not just the images; they have a lot of personal meaning behind them, and for everybody as well, really. So yeah, it's and it looks fantastic in the location that it's in.
Which is
99 Mary Street.
It's great. I wish you all the best of it. Today's the big day. John, do you ever feel when you're not used to this, are you? You're doing an exhibition. You've done these pieces of work. You've valued the work you've done. They've given you journeys on your own odyssey. They've been important too. Or you're not a bit reluctant to flog them, or to let other people have them, or indeed other people to see them there?
Well, no, because I'm a printmaker. I print editions. So
you've still got it as
so I can still keep one at all times. I mean, the beauty of printmaking is that it's quite a sort of a social thing. You can sell. You can be a painter and sell one painting and it's gone, and you may never see it again. Whereas with printmaking, I can do an edition of 20, 40, 50, and it's quite a, it gets. It's like I was saying to someone earlier today. If you've got a painting, you can't just tear it up into 24 pieces and hand it out. What you could.
If Banksy
well, you could. If Banksy could, yeah.
It's all lovable. John, would you tell me, please, the work of art you've got, what indeed you've got on your wall? Because I'm asking everybody that today.
I've got a mixed bag. I've got a lot of art by my daughters. I've got a bit by myself. I've got a couple of Mandy Paynes, who's coming in next, who's part of that.
Yeah.
She's brilliant. In fact, I can see the inspiration behind you.
Which is what?
The
Park Hill.
Flats, yeah. So
you could just see it through a little gap there.
Yeah. And then little bits. I've bought and swapped stuff on Instagram. There's a kid called Craigo Hobson who bought stuff off him. And then I'm a collector of art exhibition prints, which is a really good way of having famous artists.
Without paying very much. Yeah.
Without paying very much, and without having some cheap giclée or photocopy. These are, I consider them to be ephemera. So they're a thing. If you go to a Hockney exhibition, if someone gives you a print of it, it doesn't mean anything to me. But if someone gives you an exhibition poster, that's a thing.
Thank you. No one's mentioned those in the programme so far. I hope they will. We're getting in touch with what's on our walls. Charlotte, what's on yours?
John's work, of course.
Oh, is it really though?
Wall to wall. Some of John's work. My mum is an artist as well, so I've got some of her work.
Whereabouts in Anglesey do you come from?
I come from Bentlech,
Oh, I love Bentley.
but I live near Bimaris.
I know Bomaris even better.
Yes,
I'll be seeing you
I'm
there
very
next
lucky.
year. Next March or something we're there.
Maybe
Can we
that's
come
where
and
you
see
met.
it?
Yes, you
I
can.
love it.
Maybe that's
Yeah,
where
maybe
you
that's
met.
where we've met. On the
Yes.
street.
Wouldn't that be extraordinary? In the pouring rain somewhere on the
Yeah.
beach
Yes,
at Bentley.
yeah.
Thank you. You've been filming all this, haven't you?
I have,
So
yes.
I'm winking at the camera. Thanks very much for coming. The absolutely best of luck with the
Thanks
exhibition.
very
You've
much.
been great. John Pedder and Charlotte as well with
Thank
the
you.
camera. It's BBC Radio Sheffield and it's 11 minutes to 2, I think. Terrific. Lovely. Did you enjoy that?
That was
Thank
Thought you were
Yeah,
great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you both so much.
Thank
sir.
you very
Brilliant.
much.
And have a lovely exhibition.
Thank you very
It's
much.
great. Thanks.